Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Sorry it's so late. Lorraine's going to join me in a minute. I had some dear friends over here making some hats for a Renaissance festival, so we were late getting on. But we've got some excuses to share with you. Some you might have given, some you might have heard. But it's always interesting what people say when you ask them if they'd like to start a healthy living lifestyle, a healthy living program, would like to start just making some baby changes in their life. So Lorraine and I love to talk about this stuff, and we just can't wait to get your feedback on it and see if you've ever said this or ever thought this. And so it's interesting what people do say or give excuses for. And really everything's about making a decision about you. It's your choice, it's your decision, it's your life. And sometimes it's hard to make it and stick to it. That's why sometimes it's great to have a buddy. Lorraine's my buddy, but it's also great to have a partner to start anything with or to hold you accountable. And that's why a lot of people have accountability partners at the gym or walking buddies. Makes you get up and you got to meet them, and so you don't want to embarrass yourself and not get there. So I was talking about having accountability partners and buddies like you and I are for each other.
For sure.
Yeah, and sometimes it's nice to have that when you're starting a new working out program or walking program or healthy program, to have somebody hold you accountable. So I was telling them that sometimes people, when we are talking to them about changing some baby steps in their lifestyle, they give us excuses. And so we want to share with you some of our most common excuses that people give us. And so one I'm going to throw out, Lorraine, that I hear a lot is, she's such a great cook. I thought this would be a good one for her. I don't like to cook. I don't even know how to cook healthy. So how could I, do a program of getting healthy? So what do you say to someone that says that to you?
So two different things come to mind with that. First is that you can just start with one recipe. Like, don't overwhelm yourself. Find a recipe with like 10 ingredients or less. And when I say 10 ingredients, one ingredient could be like an onion. It's not going to be the most complicated ingredients, but look for something that doesn't have a ton of ingredients or some things you have around the house, and start with that one recipe, because chances are it's going to make enough for a few meals anyway. And then the other thing is start with one ingredient and turn that into different recipes. For example, chicken. If you roast some chicken, you could turn it into tacos. You could turn it into chicken soup. You could have a roast chicken dinner one night. You could make chicken salad. You could make a big, salad with lettuce and everything and all the toppings that you like, and add grilled chicken or roast chicken to that. So you can just change up the ingredient and turn it into 5 different meals in a week if you wanted to.
Absolutely. I love to watch you do that. I sometimes will buy that rotisserie chicken for Bobby. First night we eat it with quinoa and a sweet potato or something green. The next night he might eat it on top of a salad, or we'll make it into a quesadilla or taco like you mentioned. And it's just easy. Now, and then sometimes it'll be grilled chicken breast, but and we like to do tacos a lot. It's not to make it hard. You make it simple, and that makes it doable. And oftentimes if I have come home and I have just something in my refrigerator, I'll Google it. I'll say, what can I make? Healthy recipe. I always put healthy in there because I want it to be as clean as it can be. Healthy recipes for chicken and broccoli. And so it'll throw out 3 or 4, and I make it or ad lib it or something. And anyway, luckily he'll eat it. But, it doesn't have to be that hard or that complicated. Usually a plate with 3 things on it. Okay, what's another question what's not a question, what's another excuse you get when you talk to somebody about healthy lifestyle or making changes in their eating habits?
So one of the things I get is, my knees hurt or my back hurts, so I really can't exercise. So, people think, well, then if I can't exercise, why bother to eat healthy, or why bother to do this? But basically that, because something hurts in their body, they won't exercise.
Oh my gosh. At this point in the game, what doesn't hurt? I mean, I've, between arthritis and just worn out body parts and working in the yard, I woke up this morning, everything, I don't know, I didn't think there was anything on me that didn't hurt. And having had some knee surgery, I find for me that when I put weight on my body and I get up and, walk, which is your own body weight, and when I work out with weights, it seems to make things not hurt. Like when I got up I got up first and stretched this morning. Sometimes I'll get up and take a hot bath. Do what makes it feel good, but don't not exercise. So when I went to the gym, the weight and the walking, when I left, I felt better. what it does is it helps the muscles around the joint that's actually aching. And I know there's fibromyalgia. I know there's lots of things out there that hurt, legitimately hurt. But when you have a back, and you can speak to this because you've had it, when you have back problems, they always tell you to walk. Now I'm talking about back pain because it, again, the upright position strengthens the muscles because you've got to hold it up, but it also loosens things up as you walk. What was your experience? Because you told me you had some back problems a few years ago.
I did. I had back problems, and two of the things they told me was even if you lose 5 or 10 pounds, that takes off, 3 or 4 times the amount of pressure that you're putting on your back and your knees and your joints and all of that.
Right.
So that's important. And then the other thing was with walking, go however far you walk, you've got to get back home. So if your body hurts, don't try to walk a mile and come home. Walk a block and come back. You feel good, go another block, come back again. You can just keep doing that and increasing every day, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, etc. Keep going until you find that, spot where you're not in pain and you can do the walk and you're still getting the good exercise.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention this last time, but walking in water is fabulous for bad joints and knees because you don't feel the pain. The water gives you buoyancy, so walking in water, and then also if you feel like you can't walk, you could ride a bike. I mean, a stationary bike, and all gyms have them, and you can get one in your house. You can get one on Marketplace and get your bike and watch your favorite soap or your favorite movie and just ride. Just move those knees and joints. But the bottom line is you can't out-exercise a bad diet. So if you're using the excuse of no exercise, there also often comes the excuse of the not eating right. So, all right, so another one we get is it costs too much. What are your thoughts on that one? To eat healthy and to
yeah. I mean, I think that some things might be more expensive, like organic might be a little more expensive, but sometimes it's not. Like you really just have to look at each item in the store. But there's a clean list and a dirty list as far as fruits and vegetables. So for example, if you're going to use a lemon and you're going to zest the lemon and use that peel in your recipes, you probably want an organic lemon because you're going to use the skin. But maybe with a banana, you don't need organic because you're going to peel the banana.
Right.
So really you want to look at that, and really if you want to see that list, just ask Allison or myself and we'll share it with you. I know strawberries are one of the ones on the dirty list. So when I buy strawberries, I try to buy organic. And then of course, it's all relative, it's about what people like. So if you like to go to Starbucks, you might be spending $5, $6, $8 on your beverage, but you could spend $9 and change on 2 meals a day, which is what I do now, with 2 protein shakes and my fizz and my tea. It costs me, $9 for the day for those 2 meals, where before I was just getting a cup of coffee for $5 or $6. So, again, it's about what you want. I thought I couldn't live without that coffee. Now I know how much better I feel without it, and having actually protein and good fruits and vegetables in my breakfast and lunch.
And coffee's not a meal, it's a drink.
Right.
And so it's empty calories. It doesn't keep you full. And if it's got too much sugar in it, you'll get a sugar crash. And, after you drink it, and then you'll have no energy. So just food for thought for y'all. All right. What is another one we've got? What's the last question that people, excuse we often get? I don't have time. I love that one. I don't have time to be healthy. I don't have time to look after my body. But do you have time to sit in a doctor's office for 2 hours getting your blood pressure checked, or cholesterol pills, or getting something checked on your heart or lungs? I met a woman from church the other day that was helping me sew, and she told me, she said, my husband is not well. I said, well, what happened to him? She said, poor choices. She said, he has chosen to not eat well, to not exercise. She said, we spent all our time at the doctor's office getting him whatever he needs. She didn't go into, it was none of my business. She didn't go into an elaboration, but out of her mouth, she said, I just had to quit nagging him and quit trying to get him to do better, do more, because he wouldn't do it. And he's killing himself based on what he's put into his mouth and what he's done. And again, other than that, she didn't go into details, but that broke my heart because, heart disease is hard. Having heart disease is hard. Sometimes that comes anyway, but working out is hard. A lot of people don't like to work out, but which heart are you going to choose? I mean, I don't want heart disease. So I'm doing everything I can do to knock off the heredity I have for heart disease by doing things that can offset that. And, it's really just about making a decision. you know, are you worth it? Of course you're worth it. Are you willing to put the effort in? I am. Are you?
Yeah. I mean, your time, you're going to spend your time doing something. You might as well spend it doing something you enjoy and something to take care of yourself. You know, you can do some self-care, you know, ritual too. And that's going to help your mind and your spirit as well. And you can spend, you know, a half hour in the kitchen prepping some food that's going to make you healthier, as opposed to, like you said, having to go to the doctor's office maybe because you didn't make some good choices. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means just try one or two little things at a time, and you would be amazed at how different you could feel.
It is amazing. It's a direct correlation to what you put in, how it affects your body, and then what you do with your body. So anyway, we're just here to give some excuses that we hear a lot. So if that resonates with you, if that's an excuse you've given, we're just here to help. I mean, if we can give you a recipe that you think would be easy, that you think you would like, we'll be happy to direct you with some recipes. If we can in any way help you on a journey to a healthier you, to a happier you, to a feeling better you. I have so many women that come in my salon on a regular basis that don't feel good. You know, multiple problems that, you know, over the years have accumulated, you know, in their body. And it breaks my heart to see that. I think that's very motivating for me, because if I can feel as good as I can feel based on what I do, then and I've got control of that, I'm going to do that. So anyway, we just want you to feel good.
Yeah, not everything's in our control, but there's lots of things you could control, and there are things you could change. And hey, why not try? Because what if you actually do feel better? Isn't it worth knowing that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, girl, I love you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Sorry it's so late tonight, and have a great rest of the week.
You too. Good night.
Love you. Thanks, everybody.
Love you.